What's up, guys? Just gonna go over my ZT collection today. Got quite a few and just kind of wanted to go over them. I got this cool little ZT case a while back. I think I got it at Blade HQ. I'm not 100%. We're just gonna go over there in the case, so no particular order. First one, 560. So I got this one used. Had one back in the day, maybe two back in the day. I believe this is a lower serial number, so it's like 16 something. I don't have my glasses, can't read it. You guys can probably see it better than me. I believe this one's an LMAX. Don't quote me on it. This one does not have the steel insert, so you get the whole good old lock stick on that one. I've done the whole pencil trick, Sharpie trick, whatever. It comes right back. So if you barely flick it, it's still gonna stick. I don't know if you can hear that or not, but worst thing about these knives, even when they came out, it's the worst thing that happened about them. But the 560, which is I think the original Hendra flipper from what I can remember. It's a cool knife, the contoured scales. You know, it feels thin this way in the hand. And the pocket clip kind of, you know, with that, as high as it is right there, the deep carry, but as high as it is, it just feels weird in the hand to me. Like, I don't know, just, this one never really felt 100% like what I wanted it to feel like. I wish it was thicker. I wish the thickness here was just more. The contour scales would be fine if it was thicker, but it's just, I don't know, for me it's a little thin, but it's a cool one for the collection. I still like this knife a whole lot. Just not my favorite, never really was my favorite. This one, on the other hand, probably was one of my favorites. So this one is the 630. This has got a aftermarket scale on it. I kind of got it this way, and it's also got a Emerson clip on it. Use it, abuse. All these have been in other videos, I'm pretty sure. At least have appearances in other videos. I don't remember what steel this is. Maybe somebody could see that. S35 maybe? Yeah, I think it's S35. I'm blind, sorry. So cool little frame lock. I always liked Emerson's. I just wish they made frame locks instead of liner locks. I guess they've made a couple since I've paid attention, but I kind of lost interest in the Emerson brand for the most part. It's just like the G10 liner lock 154 cm styles. Their knives are built for purpose. I just don't have that purpose in mind when I buy them, but I do like this Emerson design a lot. And a lot of people don't like the wave feature. I love the wave feature. It's just what you want to do with your knife, you know. Damn, I think I just cut myself. Oh well, that's a 630. This is a definite favorite. Cool knife. 850. Now this one is definitely my style because it's thumb stud, or I guess close enough to thumb stud, and on phosphor bronze washers. This is the bluish carbon fiber one. Kind of got that, they're supposed to be gray, but it's kind of faded a little bit. Some of the machine work's pretty cool, but super cool, fun knife. I believe this one, that's 35 too. Don't quote me on that. I can't even tell. Oh no, it's just 20 CV. My bad. 20 CV. I don't want to downgrade it since it's in 20 CV. So this is one that I kind of missed in the collection journey. The first go, well, when I was taking a break. So I had to go back and get this one. This one's a really cool knife. I like this one a lot. Super lightweight. I guess it's got that subframe lock is what they call it. So the pocket clip and all kind of holds this titanium right there. It's super lightweight for the size knife it is. It's super lightweight. I dig it. And this one's pretty much the lightest, biggest knife I think I own. It's got a weird feel to it. It's not exactly, it's not like a Medford Smooth. It's not like even a ZT Smooth. It's not like, it's a different feel to it. So I don't necessarily say this is, you know, the same as most ZTs. It definitely has a unique feel to it, give or take, you know. I did like visually, I like the 850, I think Sprint with the black, different color G10 and the little black on the blade and stuff. It looks way better to me than this one does. But I like this one too, and it's just different, you know. Really like that one. The 308, this is one I got from Colorado Dave. He was selling his basically collection down for some priorities, family priorities. Everybody's seen this one, Tiger Stripe 308. it's a cool knife. I guess my only complaint with it is deployment wise. You got to be off that lock bar. You can't even be slightly on that lock bar. It's going to be hard as hell to deploy. It's a cool knife. I like it. I like the size of it a lot. I'm gonna say the same thing I said about the 560. I wish it was a little bit thicker. This one's definitely thicker, but I wish it was a little bit thicker. But it's the same thing with all these contoured scales for me, for my hand size. Like, I like the contouring. The contouring's fine if it was thicker. You know, this thickness, if there was slab sides, be much more preferable for me. But cool knife, good worker, decent weight for me anyhow. I dig that stuff a lot. And I'm sure everybody knows this one. It's a 562. Oh, I don't know if I steal the other ones. I'm assuming that's 20 CV, but I ain't 100%. All the newer ones seem to be 20 CV. They kind of went S35 to 20 CV, it seems to me. This is a cool one. I guess this is the most similar to the XM18. Everybody's seen these. This is the full tie version. This tie is really like a polished, almost, you know, it's a stone wash polish. It's when I get a stone wash, or the blasted one, the 550 out in a minute, the finish might look the same in the camera, but this is really slick feeling. Yeah, you can kind of see the light, how it's sheening off that. So I kind of don't like the way the texture feels. I wish it was a little more duller and a little more tactile feeling. But overall, it's a cool knife. That's not my favorite. Like, a lot of people brave of how good this knife is, and if it's their favorite ZT. If it's your favorite ZT, that's cool, all about it. But for me, not mine. Not mine at all. I dig it. I kind of wanted to check it out to see if I'd like an XM. Probably not. Good enough for you? All right, cool. Because it's good enough, that's all you're gonna get. There's another one from Colorado Dave. This is probably my overall least favorite ZT that I own. And it's a RJ Martin design. 609, yeah, it's a 609. I mean, it's sleek, but it kind of reminds me of, what's that, CRKT back in the day? I don't remember what it's called. It's an onion design. A lot similar, very similar to this, I guess, like mill pattern wise. And when I first got it, that's exactly what my wife thought it was. She's like, you got another CRKT? I'm like, hell no, I'd never buy CRKT again. Well, just from going on past experience, it just don't make good knives. So it's a cool knife for what it is. It's very small, I guess it's practical for smaller hands. Like, not saying I couldn't use it too, it's just not my favorite, man. Not my favorite at all. Cool looking knife, just for me, way too small to actually be a real user. I'd carry maybe that for a backup, maybe even fifth pocket, but that's kind of pushing the depth of the fifth pocket. But, you know, when you carry huge knives, it really gives a shit. And very rarely do I actually need a fifth pocket knife. I just carry it because it's man jewelry. You guys do the same shit, don't lie. 095, I think that's what this is. Black wash. I didn't have any black wash at all in the collection. It's kind of the reason I wanted to buy this one. Not exactly my favorite design. I believe this is the in-house design Kershaw. It's nothing wrong with it. It's just a little bit on the thinner side for me. It's not horrible. It's probably like the thinnest that I feel good on. It's a cool knife. I don't know that I would ever carry this as a primary. It's more of a, I got this one for the collection, I think. I'm gonna have carried it, don't get me wrong, but for a primary, a little bit on the small side. Maybe if I was just running around the neighborhood in shorts or something, I might just strap it to the waistband and carry it that way. For a regular work knife, nah, I'm not gonna do that. I don't even know what steel this one's in either. I think it's S35, but don't quote the eyes. You guys could probably see better than I can. 1 second, I gotta get to the other side of this case here. We got one more to go here. All right, 566. This is de-assisted. This one actually came from Chris, Grady's Gear. He just did a through sale up fairly inexpensively. So I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna pick it up. I don't know that I really would have otherwise, but I like this blade shape a lot. So it's kind of like the smaller 560. Believe it or not, I think I kind of like this one better. It's mostly because it's a slab side. It's not contoured, and it's, you know, the thickness wise, it's got a decent weight to it because it's a stainless, not titanium. So I kind of like this one actually better than the 560, if I'm gonna be honest. It seems to agree with me a little bit more. A cool little knife. Like I said, it's more for the ZT collection than it was the actual user. This one I hunted for a minute, and I got a pretty good deal on this one. Got it off of Reddit, the 920, and this one's definitely been customized, and I think that's the reason I got a good deal on it. You either give or take about the customization, but I freaking love it. Like I like a knife that looks like it's been used for like 100 years already. This definitely has that look to it. I like it. The blade stuff, the styling on that, I remember that was kind of popular back in the while back with knife modders and that sort of thing. That stuff seems to have go through waves, and I think that wave's pretty much over at this point, but it's cool, still a cool looking design. It looked like it was acid washed at one point and then kind of maybe gone back over with a Scotch-Brite or something of that nature to kind of show the highlights a little more, but I dig it. This is a really cool knife. This is definitely the best flipper in all these, I would say. The 920. It's such a good knife. It feels really good. But once again, I'm gonna say the same thing I say about the other ones. It's got the contouring on the scales, and I wish it was just thicker. That's just me. I just wish it was thicker. But since we're talking about thicker, this is the latest one that I've modded here. This is the 550, the old school one, and this is the one I made the titanium scale for. I got a video on it. Probably sucks, but you know, it is what it is. Most of my videos aren't exactly the best quality. They're more about for me having fun and showing my knife. So I appreciate the people that watch. The people that don't, I get it. There's better videos out there, I know. But it's a 550 solid titanium scale. Deleted the pocket clip screws and deleted the lanyard side. Made it super thick, chunky, and no way to tell you on the show you on the video how much it weighs and what it feels like and that sort of thing. I don't have a scale, nor do I give a shit. But this is the closest thing to a ZT Medford there is. Take my word for it. Nice big chunky slab side, but man, the action on this thing, dude, this is by far the favorite ZT. By far, like putting that scale on there kind of just made it for me. It came with a copper scale when I got it. I think I got it off Fleabay, and really dig this one, man. 550. If you can find an old 550 and you're not sure about if you're gonna like the ZTs or not, I highly recommend old 550s. I'd buy another one today. You got one? Hit me up. I might buy it from you. I love them. Honestly do. All right, next is my second favorite flipper. Before I got the 920, it was definitely my favorite. And honestly, when I got this one from Colorado Davis too. I got a bunch of those from him, but I never would have visually tried to get this one, the 456, because it's kind of a weird design, man. It's really strange, but man, it's a tank of a knife. Kind of dig the little pops of blue. My wife always tells me to put more color and shit. I'm just vanilla, plain titanium and black. It's pretty much my standard. But I kind of dig the blue. It's just a fancy little, for me, it's about as fancy as I'm gonna get. But then this knife feels awesome. Like in hand, I was so impressed with this one. This one really blew me away. And I love the flipper tab on this one. It's a little bit shorter of a length blade than I would normally carry, but it's awesome. Very capable, very good knife. This one would be a primary carry for me. I have carried this primary. I dig it. 456. Visually, I think I probably like that black wash version of it, but I dig this one too. This one's a very cool knife. Highly recommend that one as well. And last but not least, it's another Hinderer design. This is the glow-in-the-dark carbon fiber one, 393, I believe. This one's cool. I dig this one. More subdued. The glow-in-the-dark part I could care less about, but it's got the colors, the blacks, the titanium, stonewashed. I dig it. Good flipper, and you can, for me, which is what I do most of my knives, thumb stud. So I dig it because I can do both on this one. I know a lot of people are on big on that multiple deployment kind of thing. It's not my, I don't have to have multiple deployment. I just want it to deploy. So if you gotta have multiple ways to fuck with your knife, then here's a multiple fucker. Anyway, that's my ZT collection. I'll try to keep this one a little shorter for anybody who actually gives a shit enough to watch. All right then, y'all take it easy.